Hello, this is a poster presented by me, Boyan Kamenov, student in Staffordshire University, with the student number CCL 19254. The topic is authentic leadership style and its impact over the employee behavior. The creation of new valuable products and services and processes in the organizational context is called innovation, and prosperity is organizations prosper and develop in the long term due to the innovative potential of its employees. Today's complex business environment calls for a new approach to leadership. This approach must focus on co-creating meaningful value with and for all stakeholders, expanding beyond shareholders to include customers, employees, partners, and our broader society. In an open system, everyone must win, otherwise they will simply go elsewhere. The new roles of leaders in 21st century. The leaders should have a vision. They need to be visionary. As visionaries, leaders shape the emergencies of a clear, competing purpose and vision North Star that resonates through the organization and beyond. They don't arrive at this in the boardroom. Rather, they emerge it for the organization by observing and listening to people through the system, offering ideas for consideration and integrating others' perspectives with their own original thinking. As visionaries, leaders also work with teams to translate the vision into measurable outcomes that empowered teams can work towards. Architect. With clarity on what is to be accomplished, leaders are architects. Rather than developing plans, leaders take on the most sophisticated role of designating the organization as an open and empowered system able to continually plan, execute, and adjust flow of resources across shorter working cycles in pursuit of their North Star. They favor a deeper examination of the system, design at the core of the organization, creating space to reimagine how products may be produced or how sales may be generated. This requires letting go of limiting assumptions and beliefs in order to allow new forms of business and organizational modes of emerge. Coaching. As people are empowered to achieve organizational goals, they need to develop greater business acumen, learn to think more strategically and deeper in their ability to collaborate. Capability building of mindsets, knowledge, and skills becomes a critically important area that leaders need to address. They do this through encouraging a wide range of formal and informal learning initiatives and evolving a culture of learning through the organization. They create environments where it's comfortable to experiment, where people feel equally good about discussing what went well and what could do better. They also build coaching into their team equations by asking more questions, then prescribing solutions and seeking multiple perspectives to expand the solution space. A catalyst leaders unleash energy through the system. They do this in four primary ways. Remove roadblocks that prevent empowering teams from being ideas to reality, foster connection across the organization, help people connect what they're working on the organization's vision and aspiration, and finally encourage initiative and welcoming environment of wholeness, where people can bring their authentic selves to the office for energizing and sustainable ways and pursue the full range of their personal and professional aspirations. Shared and several leadership. Collectively, these four roles aggregate into a very different and more powerful kind of leadership. Leaders and the teams they lead find this new approach far more energizing and effective as it unleashes the full passion and potential of people to deliver impact and value. Key points concerning the authentic leadership. Personal initiative. Personal initiative is a work behavior defined as self-starting and proactive that overcomes barriers to achieve a goal. Work engagement, a positive, effective motivational state of high energy combined with high levels of dedication and a strong focus on work. National culture. The national culture have a very high impact over the organizational behavior and leadership styles and HR policies. The statistically identified clusters of characteristics of national cultures are power distance. This national culture dimension measures the degree of acceptance or rejection of the unequal distribution of power and influence in organizations. Individualism versus collectivism. This cultural dimension measures the degree of how much individuals and particular society care about themselves versus that they care about others. Masculinity vs femininity. This dimension measures the degree of how much, high or low, individuals in a particular culture are motivated by competition, personal achievement, and success. Individuals in masculine societies tend to prefer individual competition, achievement, and success, whereas individuals in the feminine societies tend to care for others and want quality life for all. Uncertainty avoidance. This dimension of natural culture measures the degree of how much individuals in a particular society risk when making decisions or taking action in an uncertain situation. Proactive behavior is characterized by the three key elements. It is self-starting, which means that it originates not from external instructions but from individuals' own will. Future-oriented, which means that proactive behavior is not reactive but involves acting, advance of future situations, and it's change-focused, which means that the proactive behavior aims to create change rather than maintain the status quo. In a nutshell, proactive behavior involves making things happen. How power and politics affect the employees' behavior. The power and the politics in the business have a great impact over the employees' behavior. Some politics struggles in the business are that employees who not believe in working hard depend on nasty politics to make their position secure at the workplace. Employees play politics simply to come in the limelight and gain undue attention and appreciation from the seniors. Politics refers to rational behavior of the individuals at the workplace to obtain advantages which are beyond their control. Decrease in overall productivity. Politics lower the output of an individual and eventually affects the productivity of organization. Affects concentration. Individuals find it difficult to concentrate on their work. Spoils the ambience. Politics lead to a negative environment at the workplace. Changes the attitude of employees. Even the serious employees lose interest in work and attend office just for the sake of it. Demotivated employees. A non-performer can be the apple of his boss's eye simply due to politics, thus demotivating the performers. Increases stress. It's rightly said that problems evaporate if discussed. Individuals find it difficult to confide in any of their fellow workers due to the fear of secrets getting leaked. Wrong information. Employees indulge in the politics, manipulate information, and it's never passed on its desired form. Some power struggles in the business occurs between co-workers, employees, and their supervisors, among management, between different departments, and in boardrooms in business across the world. Typically, there are 5 types of power present in business. Legitimate, based on a person's position in the structural hierarchy of business. Coercive, power can be rather harsh and easily prone to abuse due to the abilities associated with it. Reward, that's the opposite of the coercive power. This type influences others with rewards like promotion and bonuses. Referent, those who are revealed or admired in a business have referent power. Typically, leaders gain this power when their actions prompt a positive report and trust between them and the employees and under them. Expert, those who have expert status tend to have power over those who don't. It's gained through experience, skill, and knowledge in regards to certain topics of areas of interest. The 4 strategies every leader needs: negotiation, cooperation, domination, and influence. Different theories of leadership. To speak about different theories of leadership, first of all, we need to tell what is a leadership theory. The leadership theories are the explanation of how and why certain people become leaders. They focus on the traits and behaviors that people can adopt to increase their leadership capabilities. Behavioral theory leadership is focused on how leaders behave and assumes that these traits can be copied by other leaders. This style of leadership influences the employees and motivates them to perform better. Because the behavior leaders look for a problem in the workflow instead individual problem in the personal. The contingency leadership theory, sometimes called situational theory, focuses on the context of a leader. These theories look at the situation effects of the success of failure or leader. Contingency theory focuses on the importance of a situation but may not focus enough on the psychology of the employees or the company itself. The great man theory of leadership, sometimes called the trait theory, suggests that good leaders are born. Many modern leaders in nowadays that climb to the top may view their traits and abilities as a part of the great man theory, so it may appear that leaders get to their position based on their inherent gifts. The management theory is sometimes called transactional leadership and focuses on supervision, organization, and group performance. A system of rewards and punishment that motivate the employees to perform in high standards despite how difficult the given task is. The power theory looks at the way a leader utilizes their power and influence to get things accomplished. French and Raven's 5 forms of power is a commonly known power theory of leadership. This theory may appear to be highly effective. Leaders with great power may seem highly efficient and get things done quickly. However, most of employees don't appreciate power leadership theory. They want a leader who doesn't wield power over them, but works with them and encourages them. Thus, the greatest criticism of this theory is that it doesn't reach the end goal of inspiring and encouraging employees, but rather makes them feel dominated. 4 keys to influence others. Modern leadership theories point out areas of personal development and characteristics you can practice to improve your leadership style. Here are some factors to consider: personal traits, actions, environment, situation, decision making, relationship building. Political savvy is to understand how to get things done and embrace the reality of working within organizational politics to move teams and important initiatives forward. Authentic self-promotion is the leaders cut through the noise to authentically but credibly promote themselves while also promoting what's good for the entire organization. Building and maintaining trust, because leadership often involves getting people to risk and change. Trust is essential. Leveraging networks, no leader is an island. They are empowered by their connection with others. Leadership challenges. The goal is to influence others and not to manipulate them. Effective ethical leaders use different approaches in different situations, choosing carefully when to influence what appears to the head of hands. Leaders need to understand why they are doing something and be clear about their own values and goals when applying their influence skills. That way influence comes from a place of authenticity and has the greatest impacts. Employees can offer perks, bonuses, and incentives to keep the workforce motivated. This technique works best when you have a relatively range employee base. It spares the leader the time and trouble to having to personally interact with each other. This leads to that called the leader-member exchange theory. Practical application. If you look on the theories, we can see that we have practical application on these leadership theories. Transactional leadership was to indeed influence inspirational motivation plus the intellectual stimulation plus individualized consideration lead to performance beyond expectations. If you look in the transactional leadership, confident reward plus management by assumption lead to expected outcomes, which is still again leading to performance beyond expectations. That theory follows a more compassionate and realistic approach. It's a system that explains human relation and our ability to connect with other people in the team. According to the leader-member exchange theory, every organization has two main groups. The first group is one that gets along with the leader. This group usually consists of high-performing and compliant employees. These employees are likely to get promoted or receive initiatives from the top management. The other group is people who either disagree or don't approve of the leader. This group usually tends to discuss and discredit the projects. Obviously, the second group is less likely to be promoted and might even leave the company. Now, a good leader must try to include everyone in the decision-making process. It is his task to bring the entire team on board and ensure that they work well together. This theory works well in a homogeneous organization. With this theory, the leader can identify the employees who support or are supportive of their leadership. It's also put the onus of responsibility of their employees, as they must perform a part with the company standards. With this theory, it's also more comfortable for the leader to define what brings the team together. In a conclusion, we need to ask what makes a good leader. A good leader in modern terms is someone assertive yet sensitive to people. Communication skills and situational analysis are the two significant aspects of any management. Earlier, a leader was dominant and authoritative. His position was predetermined and isolated from the team. Now the organizations are more flexible with their approach, especially new startups have an informal, relaxed and decentralized style where everyone has a say. In today's business scenario, a good leader must be democratic, empathic, tolerant, and yet affirmative in his decisions. In today's business scenario, this will bring an atmosphere of trust in the workplace and will help the employees to understand and accept the vision of the modern company. A leader who follows this new concept will most likely be more successful in their role and will influence more and more people in the work environment. This is my reference at that, and thank you for your attention.